In a random village, there lived a man named Arjun. Arjun was a modest farmer deeply connected to the land he tilled. His family had nurtured the same piece of earth for generations, and he cherished the vital role it played in sustaining his community. One day, Arjun came across a remarkable article titled "How to Save the World's Forests with Carbon Credits." This article shed light on the critical significance of forests in absorbing carbon and combating climate change. It detailed how carbon credits could be harnessed to encourage forest conservation and restoration efforts globally. Arjun, profoundly inspired, began to reevaluate his relationship with the land. He realized that his connection to the land extended far beyond personal livelihood. It was a vital component of the planet's ecosystem. With newfound purpose, he decided to take action to safeguard his land and the surrounding forests. Empowered by the insights from the article, Arjun reached out to an environmental organization dedicated to promoting sustainable farming practices in his town. They offered guidance on implementing innovative techniques that increased crop yield while minimizing the environmental footprint. By adopting these methods, Arjun could provide for his community without depleting the land. Arjun also delved into the concept of carbon credits, which were being employed globally to offset carbon emissions. He recognized that his efforts to protect the neighboring forests could earn him these credits. With the support of the environmental organization, Arjun successfully enrolled his land in a carbon credit program, supplementing his family's income. As Arjun persisted with his sustainable farming practices and forest preservation efforts, he emerged as a role model not just in his village, but throughout the region. He shared the article titled "How to Feed the World Without Destroying the Planet" with fellow farmers, disseminating the message of sustainable agriculture and the importance of land preservation. Over time, Arjun's actions reverberated throughout his town and beyond. More farmers embraced sustainable practices, and the region's forests began to regenerate. Arjun's story epitomized the need to reevaluate our relationship with the land, underlining the intricate interdependence between humanity and nature. Through his unwavering commitment, Arjun not only contributed to safeguarding the world's forests with carbon credits, but also played a significant role in nourishing his community without harming the planet. His journey served as a powerful example of the impact of individual efforts in forging a sustainable future for all. In the city of academia, Sarah aspired to attend Ivywood University, but its high tuition fees stood in her way. Undeterred, she took on significant student debt to chase her dreams. However, the burden of loans and the culture of relentless individualism took a toll on her mental well-being. Sarah wasn't alone in her struggles. Many students shared her burden of debt and experienced the pressure to excel in a highly competitive environment. Fueled by a desire for change, Sarah and her like-minded peers initiated a movement. They advocated for a more inclusive, student-centered, and affordable educational system. Their efforts began to gain momentum, sparking important conversations about reform in academia. Their goal was to reimagine education, lightening the burden of student debt and challenging the limits of individualism. They envisioned a more compassionate, collaborative, and equitable system, a vision that held the promise of a brighter future for all. In a world shaped by cultural influences, responsible consumption has become a pressing issue. Meet Sarah, torn between her cultural upbringing that glorified materialism and a growing concern for the environment. She's witnessed problems like deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, plastic islands, and biodiversity loss. Sarah's friends represent different facets of responsible consumption. Some embrace eco-consciousness, sharing their small victories on social media, while others focus on personal well-being and acknowledge the long-term benefits of sustainable living. Some advocate for policy change, while others see the Earth as a living entity deserving of protection. Sarah's journey is a constant balancing act between cultural influences and her responsibilities to the planet. She realizes that responsible consumption is a collective responsibility, essential in the face of environmental challenges. In this evolving narrative, Sarah becomes a beacon of change, inspiring others to make mindful choices and fostering a culture where responsible consumption is the norm, not the exception.